Ladies and gentlemen, it's not finished. We're now gonna
quanto riguarda le squadre. E quindi rientreranno in campo le migliori 3 squadre di questo campionato d'Europa.
And in this main arena, there will be backing for the best team of this European.
E signori, facciamo un applauso ancora, vado ancora una volta a ringraziare la banda, vado ancora una volta a ringraziare la schierante, ma questo ormai sappiamo che è un segnale che sono pronte le squadre di questo campionato d'Europa. Signori, facciamo un grande applauso alle migliori squadre di questa edizione 2023 davanti a tutti. C'è la Germania e poi la Gran Bretagna e la Francia.
Here they are, the best three teams. Germany, Great Britain, France.
Eccoli qui i protagonisti, davvero per chi è stato con noi fin dalla prima giornata, ostacolo dopo ostacolo, ripresa dopo ripresa, e ci sono stati molte sorprese, e questo è il risultato finale, la vittoria della Germania ancora una volta, quindi la Germania sul gradino più alto del podio, la bella seconda posizione della Gran Bretagna e poi la Francia.
We invite the grooms of the riders to go in the main arena to keep the horse.
Per favore, se ci sono degli assistenti per i cavalli, grazie, così possiamo invitare i protagonisti, i ragazzi, a scendere. E allora, signori, invitiamo a questo punto la Francia ad avvicinarsi, la Gran Bretagna e poi la Germania. Invitiamo ancora una volta le autorità, il generale del Corpo d'Armata Mauro Dubaldi, il presidente della FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, e poi in rappresentanza del sindaco della capitale di Roma, la dottoressa Alessia Pieretti, e ovviamente li ringraziamo ancora una volta per il patrocinio, e poi il comandante del Centro Militare di Equitazione, il colonnello Marco Del Nevo, e ancora il presidente dell'Associazione Nazionale di Cavalleria Polo Lazio, brigadier generale Francesco Caramia. Signori, eccoli qua, i migliori di questo campionato d'Europa. La terza posizione è per la Francia. Jean Brunel, Rachel
On the podium is for France.
Lelani Watson e Lucilio Seguen.
Joan Brunel, Rachel Wheeler, Liliane Watson e Luigi Seguin.
E adesso andiamo, ovviamente invitiamo anche i capi equipe, Pascal Forabosco, capo equipe, eccolo lì, lo invitiamo, un grande applauso per questo lavoro.
Chef d'équipe Pascal Farabosco.
E andiamo adesso alla seconda posizione, all'argento della Gran Bretagna, Great Britain, Anna Price, Isabel Cook, Jasmine Underwood e Pippa Royal. Lo chef d'équipe, Darrell Schifi, chef d'équipe, e andiamo alla prima posizione della Germania, Smila Malin Philipp, e poi Matthias Roder, Emily Kurber e adesso, signori, l'inno della Germania.
And now there's the national anthem of Germany.
Signori, facciamo un grande applauso al team vincitore di questa edizione, la Germania. Andremo proprio a premiare loro.
Here there are the best 3 teams of this European Championships, and now we're gonna give them the prizes.
Ed ecco i complimenti di tutti le nostre autorità, il generale di corpo d'armata Mauro Dubaldi, comandante logistico dell'esercito italiano, del presidente FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, e poi ovviamente della dottoressa Alessia Pieretti, in rappresentanza del sindaco, il dottor Roberto Gualtieri, della città metropolitana di Roma Capitale, e poi ovviamente il comandante del centro militare di liquidazione, il colonnello Marco De Nevo, e i complimenti del presidente dell'Associazione Nazionale di Cavalleria Polo Lazio, il brigadiere generale Francesco Caramia. E questa è la Germania.
Gold medal goes to Germany.
Smila Marin Philipp, Matthias Ruder, Emily Kurber, Matti Garlix e Frank Ostolt. Adesso andiamo all'argento, alla medaglia d'argento.
The silver medal goes to Great Britain.
Anna Price, Isabel Cook, Jasmine Underwood, Pippa Roy e Darren Scafie. Questo è il team della Gran Bretagna, e ancora una volta il generale Dubaldi, il presidente della FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, la dottoressa Alessia Pieretti e il colonnello Marco Del Nevo, insieme al generale Francesco Caramia, che vanno a complimentarsi con i secondi classificati.
And now the turn is for the 3rd team bronze medal for France. Joanne Brunel, Rachel Wheeler, Liliane Watson, Louis Giglio Segun, and the chef d'équipe Pascal Foroposco.
Signori, facciamo un grande applauso anche alla squadra francese. Loro sono i terzi classificati, quindi le medaglie di bronzo, e ancora una volta i complimenti del generale di corpo d'armata Mauro Dubaldi, del presidente della FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, e poi della dottoressa Alessia Pieretti e del comandante del centro militare di liquidazione, il colonnello Marco Del Nevo, e il generale Francesco Caramia.
Italian Federation, Marco Di Paola, saying thanks to the horse, to them.
Half an hour late. Half an hour late. Yeah, suppose we have to.
Signori, facciamo un grande applauso e andiamo ovviamente a ringraziare tutte le nostre autorità, e quindi il generale di corpo d'armata Mauro Dubaldi, comandante logistico dell'esercito, il presidente della FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, e poi la dottoressa Alessia Pieretti, il comandante del centro militare di equitazione, il colonnello Marco Del Nevo, e ovviamente il presidente dell'Associazione Nazionale di Cavalleria. Ragazzi, tutti in sella!
We invite all the riders to go back on your horse.
Eccole qui, le nostre ragazze francesi, team tutto al femminile. quello della Francia. E adesso la nostra schierante che vado a ringraziare ovviamente. Vado a ringraziare l'ottavo reggimento di Montebello che lascia l'Arena Piazza di Siena e quindi tra pochissimo il giro d'onore.
In a few seconds, here you go, lap of honor, the winner from Germany, gold medal.
E allora la Germania, il giro d'onore di questa edizione 2023.
Great Britain, silver medal. France, bronze medal.
La Germania, Smiller Malin Philipp, Martins Ruder, Emily Kurber, Matti Garrix, the gold medalist, la Germania, the gold team, e poi silver team, Great Britain, Anna Price, Isabel Cook, Jasmine Underwood e Pippa Royle, and the bronze team, France, Jean Brunel, Rachel Baylor, Leilani Watson e Lucia Sivan, Germany team, the winner! E solo per i vincitori un altro giro per andare a complimentarsi con la medaglia d'oro che va in Germania.
Another lap of honor for them, for the best teams of this European event.
Germania, vincono loro questa edizione 2023. Le mani al cielo, questo cielo che ci ha regalato emozioni proprio anche già dalla cerimonia d'apertura, e loro sono i vincitori. Eccoli qua signori, andiamo a ringraziare, dobbiamo ovviamente andare avanti perché abbiamo ancora tutto il campionato d'Europa, quello Young Rider, e quindi ringrazio la banda che ancora una volta uscirà con la musica che ci ha accompagnato in questa edizione 2023.
We thank the bands to be here, and now they're leaving the main arena for the next course, next championship, Young Rider.
Allora signori, andiamo a ricordare alle ore 15, inizierà la prova di salto. At 3 o'clock p.m. we will start with the next championship. 3 o'clock p.m.
Welcome to FEI.tv. I'm Rosie Russell and I'll be taking you through this final phase of competition here at the Eventing European Championships for young riders in Motelibretti. We have had a fantastic 3 days of action, but it all comes down to this final phase and this final day here, show jumping in Motelibretti. We've had a fantastic morning of competition with our junior jumping, where we saw Germany take the individual and the team gold medal. So can they do something similar here today in the young riders? We will have to wait and see. 33 starters will be coming forward for our young rider competition. As it stands, it's Germany out in front in the team standings, Ireland in the silver medal position, and Italy in the bronze medal position as they head into show jumping. And on the individual standings, it's looking quite similar, with Germany out in front at the moment in the gold medal position. But it's Great Britain currently sat in individual silver, with Georgina Herlin Cooley now or never. It's Isabel von Roeder and Bob for Germany out in front. Georgina Herlin Cooley now or never for Great Britain in second as it stands, and Charlotte Bordas and Firewall de Usul Z currently sat in the bronze medal position. So 26.7 our current leaders score. Cooley now or never, Georgina Herlin 27.9, and for France, Charlotte Bordas, Firewall de Usul Z 28.6. So an incredibly competitive competition. We just see our riders leaving the arena now. Some of our German riders, like I say, the German team out in front, and obviously Isabel von Roeder currently leading the pack there individually. Can Germany make it quadruple gold at these youth Europeans? They've taken the gold in the juniors team and individually. What can they do in the young riders? It really would be a huge German celebration if they could do it again here in the young rider class. So our riders will be coming forward in reverse order, and we have our first rider joining us now, coming forwards as an individual. First to go in our young rider show jumping is Louise Vitudel, and Uzilia coming forward for Norway. 83.6 is their two-phase score. Combination who picked up 20 penalties yesterday out on course. So two-phase score of 83.6. Our show jumping here today, designed by Emmanuel Addis, who's also the designer for our junior show jumping, which we saw earlier on today. 72 seconds the time allowed for these young riders, with 14 jumping efforts. New Zealand, this 13-year-old mare. By Allgot. Like I say, this combination he picked up there at 20 penalties out on course yesterday at 17B. The offset combination that did catch a few of our riders out. But so far so good here in the show jumping. Oh, running into a little bit of trouble there, getting quite deep. I think they had a bit of a look at the filler at the treble combination there at 10. So 4 penalties for the pole down, and they will just have the fence rebuilt before they come back round to try the combination again. No trouble on that second time of asking. Just the final fence left. Well, 8 penalties there because of the refusal and the pole down. And they will pick up some time penalties for that. So what was looking like a lovely round for Louise Batoodle and Uzilia. 8 penalties to add there. Now we turn to a team rider coming forward for the Netherlands. 70.3 is their 2-phase score. It's the turn of Puck Bunsters and Image of Roses.
12 and 14 the total.
Combination who picked up 20 penalties again at set 17B, like our previous rider Louise Batoodle.
Image of Roses.
Peter's puzzle fence causing a few issues for a few of our riders yesterday.
For Netherlands, Puck Bunsters, Image. She is competing for the team.
Image of Roses, a 15-year-old gelding. Fence falling there at 3, and unfortunately 4 goes as well. So 8 penalties so far for this round. No issues through the double there at 7. Combination 33rd at the Junior Europeans in 2021. Now made that step up to the young rider level. So 8 jumping penalties there for Puck Bunsters' Image of Roses.
E allora 9,60 complessivo, 60 per il tempo 75 e 07.
9.6 score for Puck Bunsters over the time 75.
They also pick up a few time penalties as well, so a total of 9.6 to add there from the show jumping. Well, we now turn to Hedwig Wikström and Chiara's Charm. 65.7 their 2-phase score. So unfortunately fence free falling there. 4 penalties. We're yet to see a clear round here today in our young rider section. Chiara's Charm, this 14-year-old mare. Another one of our combinations to have made the step up to the young rider level. They were 20th at the Marsberg and Junior Europeans in 2019. Take that turn back on themselves to fence 9 and give it a little rub, but the pole stays in the cups. So Coming to the final fence on the 4 faults. So just 4 faults there. Time looking good. Time allowed 72 seconds. So a total penalty score of 69.7 for Hedwig Wikström and Chiara's charm.
69.70 total point to the show champion.
E quindi chiude con le 4 penalità.
So we move on now to an individual rider coming forward for Spain, Carolina Rodriguez Pastor and Planton de Mosa.
For Spain, Carolina Rodriguez Pastor, Planton.
63.1, the 2-phase score coming forward for the individual combination for Spain. So first fence falls, 4 penalties. We are yet to see a clear round. An absolute flying there over fence 4. So fence 6 goes as well. 8 penalties now. Combination finished just outside the top 20 at the Junior Europeans last year. Picking up at 21st position there. So the last goes as well. 12 penalties for Carolina Rodriguez Pastor and Planton de Llamos.
Sono 16:40 le penalità complessive.
So a total of 75.1 there for Carolina as we now move on to the next rider to join us in the arena, riding as an individual. Coming forward for Great Britain on a 2-phase score of 57. Anja Strogowski and Kay.
For Great Britain, Anja Strogowski, Kay.
Okay, this 8-year-old gelding by Rash. Anja, who has produced Cash, as he's known at home, from a 4-year-old. Second placed in the 2-star long under-18 national championship last year. And completed a 3-star long at Bicton this year. Well, looking good so far as they take that turn back on themselves to fence 9. Will they be our first clear round of the day for our young riders? Just 1 fence to go. So there it is, our first clear round for Anya Strelkowski and Kay. So just picking up 2 time penalties. But clear in the jump in there for Anya and Kay.
2 fall for the time. The time 76.40.
So that was our first clear jumping, but we're still yet to see anybody clear inside the time. Will we see it from our next British rider in the arena? Maya Hulla and Articus.
Maya Hulla, Articus.
Articus, this 12-year-old gelding. Been a partnership for over 6 years. Maya producing him up through the levels. Combination we'll keep an eye on in this phase. They've jumped clear in their last 4 international runs in the show jumping. Can they make it number 5? Well, it's looking good, and the time's not looking bad either. Well, there they go. Another clear round to add to their show jumping record. 5 clears from their last international runs. Absolutely amazing record there for Maya Hulla and Articus. So they do pick up 0.8 for the time there, but no jumping penalties. So they are the score to beat as it stands. Maya Hulla, Articus from our completed riders, 53.7. Now we move on to an individual rider for Switzerland, Angelica Dubak and Fleur de Chignon. 53.6 their 2-phase score. Having a minor miscommunication there as they approached fence 4. So far on 12 penalties. That second part of the double goes as well. So unfortunately the last falls as well, so 20 penalties for Angelica Dubak, Fleur de Chignon. They were good for time, but fences have fallen, so 73.6 is their total score. Well, now we move on to our next combination coming forward, part of the Swedish team. It is Wilma Neelam and Stinger, with their 2-phase score of 45.8. Stinger, one of the more experienced horses in the field, having formerly competed up to the 5-star level with Ludwig Bannister. So fence 2 down as well there. This combination were just outside the top 30 at the Young Rider Europeans last year, where they picked up 33rd. But yesterday was the day where they really shone clear inside the time. So 12 penalties, I believe, there for Manilam and Stinger. As we move on now to an individual rider for Switzerland, it's now the turn of Anna Il and Flake Royal. .45 their two-phase score. Combination who jumped clear yesterday, picked up 12.4 time penalties. Well, unfortunately, first fence falling, so 4 faults as they head round to fence 3. Get it in deep, and unfortunately the back rail goes there on fence 4. Cornflake Royal, this 12-year-old mare, taking this turn back on themselves round to 9. So 8 penalties there for Anna Il, Cornflake Royal. 53.4 will be their final 3-phase score. So 53.4, that is the score to beat at the moment. So we're yet to have anybody clear inside the time. Will we see this from our next combination in the arena? Crest Coleman and Royal Flush coming forward as team riders for the Netherlands. 42.3. Netherlands, who are currently in 5th position as a team. Seen a bit of a long one over fence 4, but they got away with it. Well, Royal Flush still looking very keen, even though we are on the final day of competition. Will they be our first clear inside the time? Yes, I believe. Oh, they may have just tipped over on the clock. They're clear jumping, that's for sure, but 72 seconds was the time, so they may have got 0.4 overtime penalty. We'll get that confirmed, but either way, a fantastic end to their weekend for Karis Kolkman. Royal Flush as Lisa Gautier and Adonis now join us in the arena. Coming forward as individuals for France. 39 is their two-phase score. They jumped clear yesterday on the cross-country, picking up 12 time penalties. Well, yeah, it's being confirmed. 0.4 overtime penalty there for Karis Kolkman and Royal Flush. So still looking for our first clear inside the time, and unfortunately 4 faults picked up there for Lisa and Adonis. Safely through the double at 7. Combination who were 23rd at Junior Europeans in 2021. So time is fine, but 4 penalties from the jumping, and indeed, in fact, 0.4 picked up as well from the time for Adonis and Lisa Gautier. What will we see from our next rider? Lotte Lamberg joins us now in the arena with Coming Like a Rose. Individual riders from Finland. 37.7 the two-phase score for this combination. Coming Like a Rose is an 11-year-old mare. They've had 5 runs at the 2 and 3 star level this season. They've only been outside the top 15 once. Well, unfortunately taking that front rail there at 4. Down to this final straight. So it comes to the final fence on 12 penalties. So That will be 12 jumping penalties. And 1.2 time there for Lotte Lamberg, and come in like a rose. So 74.
Allora, 13-20 complessive sono le penalità, dove il risultato è stato di 1,20 per il superamento del tempo, abbiamo 74 e 60.
So they finished 50.9 their final score, into 28th place on our overall leaderboard. But from our completed riders, it's Keres Kolkman and Royal Flush. The score to beat 42.7 is the score. Well, what will we see from our next rider coming forward for Austria? The team members there, Robin Erkinger and Highlight 9. They jumped clear cross country yesterday, just picking up 1.6 time penalties. Combination who have ridden up to the 4-star level. Part of the Nations Cup team in Avanche. Well, the fence 3 falling there. So 4 penalties added. Getting in close there as well over fence 6. And 7 goes. So 12 penalties as they head back round to fence 9. 14 jumping efforts throughout this young rider show jumping course. An unfortunate refusal there at the last. And it falls on the second time of asking, so not the show jumping round Robin Erkinger and Highlight 9 would have wanted. But they have completed here in Motelibretti, the young rider Europeans. Which that in itself is a huge achievement. As we turn our attentions now to a rider coming forward for Great Britain. It's the turn of Daisy Bathe. Bringing forward Mexican Wave. Mexican Wave, a homebred horse by Billy Mexico.
26.44 for Robin Erkinger.
36.2 the two-phase score for Daisy and Mexican Wave.
Now for Great Britain.
Clear cross country yesterday, just picking up 6.4 time. Fence 3 falling. Caught quite a few riders out so far today. Combination who are notoriously very good in this phase, coming to the final stretch with just 4 penalties. So unfortunately, the last fours as well. 8 jumping penalties there for Daisy Babe. Mexican wave. And I believe 1.2 time to add as well. So 5.2 to add on to the total there for Mexican Wave and Daisy Babe. So they will finish on a total score of 41.4, which is in fact the score to beat from our completed risers, because we are still yet to see anybody jump a clear round inside the time. So Daisy Babe goes to the top of our completed rider leaderboard, and the worst should be is 24th overall. As now in the ring, we are joined by one of the team riders for France, Salomé Poisson and Bostier Jons. 35.6 in fact is their two-phase score. 8 penalties picked up so far around their show jumping. Jumped clear inside the time yesterday out on the cross country. Combination who picked up second in Jardy back in July. To the final fence on 12 penalties. So 47.6 will be the total. The time was good, but the fences fell. So 12 penalties out there for Salomé Poisson and Bostier Jons. So 47.6 puts them into 4th place on our completed scores, but into 27th on our overall scores.
Classic sports field, he is competing as an individual.
As the next rider to join us in the arena, riding as an individual for Ireland, Daniel Mayer and a classic sports field, 35.6 their two-phase score. Jumped clear inside the time yesterday. Will they be our first clear inside the time here today in the show jumping? Sportsfield Classic 9-year-old. Well, it's looking good so far. They take that turn back on themselves to fence 9. Well, unfortunately clipping that back rail on the first part of the treble, because the time was good, but 4 penalties to add there for Daniel and a Sportsfield Classic.
Peccato, arriva questo errore di prezzo di combinazione 4, il risultato
So he finished on 39.6. 39.6.
Adesso l'Italia, Pasquale Migliaccio, mi battandere meglio. Cavallo nasce in Spagna, sulla strada di Pasquale, loro fanno parte del
39.6 is in fact our score to beat from our completed riders. As on we go now to Italy. Part of the Italian team, Pasquale Migliosi and Mivatan de Ramel. 34.9 there. Two-phase score. Second fence falls on the course there, so 8 penalties so far as they're through the double at 7, but the second part of that goes. 12 penalties as they head back on themselves to fence 9. So 16 approaching the final fence. That falls as well, so it will be 20 jumping, 0.4 for time. So 20.4 there. So 50.9 the total score for Pasquale and Vivetan de Remel.
Vedete ovviamente che conosce Pasquale non è soddisfatto, sono 20
So now turn our attentions to Austria. Next in the arena, part of the Austrian team is Amy Rose Fruworth and Gin Tonic 150.
For Austria team, Amy Rose Fruworth, Gin Tonic.
So we're still yet to see a single rider clear inside the time around our young rider show jumping track. It's a combination who were just outside the top 40 at the Junior Europeans last year. No strangers to Motelibretti as they won the 3-star young rider class here in March. So first part of 7 gone as well. Means they're on 8 penalties as they head into the latter stages of their show jump round. Last part of the treble goes as well. So 20 penalties, 54.3 the total score there for Amy Rose Fruworth. Gin Tonic 150. So not the end of the competition that they would have liked. And it's still Daniel Maher Classic Sportsfield out in front for Ireland. On our completed scores, 39.6. Now for the home nation. Next to go in the arena. It is the turn of Camilla Luciani and Athena Condoylin. Part of the Italian team. We're sat in bronze position as we head into the show jumping. So some important rounds to come. Will they be our first clear inside the time? We'll wait and see. Well, unfortunately not fence 2 falling there, but a huge jump over 3. Athena Condoylin, a 17-year-old mare. This combination was just outside the top 10 at the Junior Europeans in 2021, when they picked up an 11th place finish there. Just ever so slightly clipping that back rail there at 8. So 42.3 will be the final free phase score. 8 penalties added there from the show jumping for Camilla Luciani and Athena Quindoylen. So 42.3 goes into second place on our completed scores. Still 39.6 from Daniel Maher, a classic sportsfield from Ireland, out in front on our completed scores. They move up into 16th on the overall standings. As we're joined by another rider for the home nation, Edoardo Fortini. Cooley Showtime join us in the arena. 34.1 is their two-phase score. Cooley Showtime by Chin Chin. They were sat in 16th overnight coming into the show jumping. So they have one pole in hand in front of Daniel Maher, a classic sports field. But unfortunately, fence 3 falls as well, so they will drop behind them. This combination was second here in Motelibretti in the Young Rider 3-star class back in March. Jumped clear inside the time yesterday around the cross country. So over the last, and time just ticks over as well. So 8.4 will be the penalties added from the show jumping for Edoardo Fortini and Cooley Showtime. So they slip into second place on our completed scores. Daniel Maher, classic sportsfield, like I say, still out in front, 39.6, but we're still yet to see a clear inside the time from our young rider class here today. As we turn to Varan-Nicourt and Baron de Tat for France, part of the French team. They were sat in 15th place overnight on that two-phase score of 34. France, who were in 4th place as a team after the first two phases. So fence 3 falling there. And unfortunately, 5 over the water tray does as well. So they're on 8 penalties. Getting quite speedy as they head through the double there at 7. Down to our final line. Well, over the last 12 jumping penalties inside the time allowed. So 46 will be the total finishing score there for Varan-Nicourt and Baron de Tat. Puts them into 21st place on our overall standards. Lotte Lambert coming like a rose, dropping down into 22nd. Well, still only one rider who has finished sub 40 so far. Daniel Maher, classic sportsfield. As now we move on to one of the team riders from Sweden, Winja Eriksdotter Ruben and Hakuna Matata 9. Bringing forward the 33.8 from the first two phases. Hakuna Matata 9, the oldest horse in the field at 19 years old. Another one to be caught out by fence 3 there. And then fence 4 goes as well. Combination 5th at the Junior Europeans in 2021. Winja also competing at a young rider level dressage with her other horse El Diablo. So last part of that treble going as well. So time, they were quick, very quick indeed, but 49.8 is the total score. 16 penalties picked up there for Winja Eriksdotter Ruben and Hakuna Matata 9.
16.4 for Winja Eriksdotter Ruben, 49.80 total points.
So they go into 21st place. Motelibretti coming like a rose, dropping down. As now we move on to a team rider for France. It's the turn of Minasaya and Casanova de Arles. 33.8 is their two-phase score. Like I say, still nobody jumping clear inside the time and only one rider so far finishing sub 40. Daniel Maher, a classic sports field for Ireland. Casanova de Arles, an 11-year-old. Formerly ridden to the 4-star level by Maxime Livio. It's looking good so far. They take the turn back on themselves to fence 6. Unfortunately, 6 falls. And they run into trouble at the double at 7. Unfortunately, not quite getting the first part right. Just couldn't get out over element B. So they'll be on 12 penalties there. They pick up 4 penalties for that refusal at element B as they come back round after it's been rebuilt for their second attempt. No trouble on that second time of asking. Well, unfortunately, a second refusal there does mean an elimination for Minna and Casanova de Arles. So not to be today for them in the final phase. As now we move to one of the team riders for Ireland. It's the turn of Alana Kelly and Cooley Bounce by Range Bouncer. 33.7 their two-phase score. As we enter into our top 10 individuals. So fellow Irish rider Daniel Maher, a classic sports field out in front of our completed riders at the moment, 39.6. Cooley Banks, this 13-year-old gelding. They were 11th at the Young Rider Europeans last year. Can they go one step further, make it into the top 10? They were lying in 10th place coming into the show jumping. And will they be our first clear round inside the time? Well, unfortunately not the first part of the treble falling. So time was good, but 4 faults to add there for Alana Kelly. Cooley Bounce 37.7. Well, it does mean they go to the top of our completed rider leaderboard, though, in front of fellow Irish rider Daniel Maher, Classic Sportsfield. So they are the score to catch there. Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce 37.7. Wow, we have another Irish rider in the arena. Part of the Irish team is Godfrey Gibbons and Milchine Free Spirit. Combination who had a fantastic time around the cross country yesterday. Were incredibly speedy, clear inside the time. 32.8. Their two-phase score. This combination have had 5 consecutive international show jumping clears. Can they make it 6? And can they be our first clear inside the time? So far, so good. Looking promising as they head round 2, fence 9. Oh, an unfortunate miscommunication on their stride coming into fence 9. So 8 penalties so far as they head to the final fence. So, an unfortunate 8 penalties there for Godfrey Gibbons and Milchine Free Spirit. Meaning they finish on 40.8 and go into 3rd place on our completed individuals. Actually, on our completed individuals, it's Ireland in the top 3. It's Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce out at front, Daniel Mayer, Classic Sportsfield in 2nd, and Godfrey Gibbons goes into 3rd there with Milchine Free Spirit. So 37.7 the score to beat. As we now move on to one of the team riders from Germany, Clara Hansa Castagnola, coming forward by contender. 32.5 was their two-phase score. So this combination can have 1 fence down and go into the lead of our completed riders, but not 2. Well, 7B falls, and unfortunately 8, so they can't go into the lead. it will still be Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce out in front. So the first part of the treble goes as well. 12 penalties as they approach the final fence. Time, no trouble on the time there, but 12 penalties, 44.5. The total score there for Carla Hansa Castanola.
3 errori tutta nella parte conclusiva del tracciato disegnato.
So they go into 16th place on our overall leaderboard. Daisy Babe Mexican Wave moving down to 17th. Now we're back with another Irish rider in the arena. This time it's the turn of Heather O'Connor. HSH has it all by Puissance. I see many of these horses at the top level by Puissance. Popular eventing stallion. 32 their two-phase score.
Proseguiamo con la nona posizione. Heather O'Connor.
For our team, Heather O'Connor has it all. 9th place after cross country, 32 penalty points.
So if they want to sneak in front of fellow teammate Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce, they can only have one pole down, and they've had that at their first fence. Well, unfortunately, fence 2 goes as well. Combination who had a very speedy round cross country, clear inside the time, well inside that time yesterday. So on 12 penalties as they head back round to fence 9. Well, the time is fine, but 12 penalties means they finish on 44. 44 exactly, so they go into 15th position. And Carla Hansen Castanola drop down to 16th. So, Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce, still out in front with 37.7. Only 2 riders sub 40 so far. What will we see from our next rider coming in the arena for Germany? Part of the German team, Pia Schmuling. Forever Pleasure N. 30.8, their two-phase score. Rated as one of the best jumpers in the field on the ECRA ratings data. So we'll wait and see. We're still looking for our first clear inside the time. Well, unfortunately, fence 3 going there. So they can't have another fence down if they want to stay ahead of Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce. Well, unfortunately, 7B goes. So they're on the 8 penalties. Final part of the travel as well, and the last fence. So 16 is the final score from show jumping. 46.8 the total there for Pia Schmuling and Forever Pleasure N.
Alana Kelly con le points.
Going to 18th position on our overall leaderboard.
Complessivo di 37,7.
16-4 for Pia Smalling for a pleasure, 46.80 total point of the show jumping. The leader at the moment.
So now we turn our attentions to another German rider, part of the German team. It's Kaya Thompson and Cool Charlie Blue by Cyberspace. 29.9 their two-phase score.
E siamo alla sesta posizione provvisoria, con la leadership di Alana Kelly e Cory Bowles che partivano 12esimi.
6th place of the cross country, 29.90 penalty point. Germany team, Pia Smalling. Kaya Thompson, I'm sorry.
Cool Charlie Blue, this 12-year-old gelding. Combination who have never had a pole down at the 3-star level in the show jumping together. So will they be our first clear inside the time? No rider yet to meet the time and keep the poles up. Looking good coming out of the double at 7. Can they continue their streak? Well, unfortunately, the first part of the double going there. And over the last, so 33.9, although the pole down, it's still good enough to put them into the lead on our completed scores. Kaya Thompson, Cool Charlie Blue, the ones to beat now. Alana Kelly, coolly bounced back into second place. So 29.9. 29.9 there.
Colori sono quelli dell'esercito italiano. Matteo Orlando. Quality time.
So, Kaya Thompson, Cool Charlie Blue, finishing there on 33.9. That's the score to catch now. As we move on to the rider for the home nation, part of the Italian team, Matteo Orlandi. Quality in time by ABS Quality. 29.4. Well, the first fence falls. Could still move into the lead if the rest of the course goes to plan. So far, so good. This 14-year-old, they were 20th at the Young Rider Europeans last year. Oh, and unfortunately leaving a leg there out over the final element of the triple. So 8.4 to add there because they've just tipped over the time as well. From the show jumping for Matteo Orlandi, quality in time. So finish on 37.8 for Matteo and quality in time. So that drops them into 6th place on our overall standings, but 3rd place on our completed rider standings. But we're moving now into our final 3 riders of our competition, as we now turn to an individual rider coming forward for France, Charlotte Bordas, and Firewall Ursels Z 28.6. Their two-phase score.
Firewall. She is competing as an individual.
So Charlotte has one pole in hand above Kaya Thompson and cool Charlie Blue. They're jumping magnificently to start with. Combination who have experienced show jumping up to the 1m20 level. So no strangers to the show jump arena. And that experience shining through so far. Down to the treble. Will they be our first clear round inside the time? Yet to have a single rider do it, and it's looking good as they approach the final fence. There it is, our first clear inside the time. Charlotte Borders, Firewall Ursels Z 28.6 is the score they will finish on, and my gosh, wasn't that a beautiful show jumping round there. Show jumping experience pulling through, and now pounding the pressure on our next rider in the arena for Great Britain. So only one rider clear inside the time. That beautiful round there from Charlotte Borders. What can we see from our next rider in the arena? Georgina Hurling coming forward for Great Britain as an individual with Cooley Now or Never 27.9. Unfortunately, that first fence falling. Georgina, who's had Cooley Now or Never for 3 years. He's based with Irish Olympian Austin O'Connor. So really jumping nicely as they're coming round to the latter stages of their course. Combination who jumped a beautiful clear inside the time yesterday, and unfortunately fence 9 falling as well. 8 penalties so far. And the last goes, so 12 to add there. 12.8 in fact for Georgina Hurling and Cooley Now or Never. So a total of 40.7 for Georgina Hurling, Cooley Now or Never. So they will go into 8th place on our current standings. Just our final rider left to go.
12.80 total
coming forward for Germany, riding as individuals. Isabella, Ron Roder and Bob set that beautiful test on the first day of 25.5. Picked up 1.2 time penalties yesterday out on cross country. What can they do today? We've only had one rider clear inside the time. Charlotte Borders, Firewall Ursels Z. They have to jump clear if they want to retain their lead. And unfortunately they don't. The first fence falls. That means the win will go to Charlotte Borders, Firewall Ursels Z. They will be the young rider European champions for 2023. But let's see how the rest of this show jumping round pans out for Isabella and Bob. So 24 penalties, not the round she would have hoped for there for Isabel von Roeder and Bob for Germany. But it's our only rider who produced a clear inside the time who will take the individual gold medal. Your 2023 European champion for the young riders will be Charlotte Bordas. Firewall to all cells Z. An unfortunate round there for Isabella and Bob. But it is France who take the individual gold medal. Charlotte Bordas, Firewall to Ussel Z, the only combination to finish sub 30 on their dressage score of 28.6. Our only combination to finish on their dressage score. What a fantastic 3 days of performance. They have put in absolutely amazing for them to finish out on top. And it's Kaya Thompson, Cool Charlie Blue, who will take the silver medal for Germany with 33.9. And for Ireland, Alana Kelly, Cooley Bounce, picking up the final individual medal there. The bronze medal going to them, 37.7. So real shake up on the leaderboard from the show jumping phase. As we look further down, like I say, only one rider who jumped clear inside the time was our champion. So for the home nation there, Matteo Orlandi, quality in time, 37.8. Fifth for Ireland. Ireland having a fantastic time with Daniel Mayer, Classic Sportsfield in fifth there, 39.6. And here's our individual standings. As you see, Georgina Hurling riding as an individual for Great Britain in sixth, 40.70. Godfrey Gibbons picking up seventh there. Milchin Free Spirit, 40.16. And a great back end of the top 10 there for Italy. Camilla Luciani and Eduardo Fortini in 8th and 9th. Rounding out that top 10 there, Paris Holtman, Royal Flush for the Netherlands. So 3 Irish and 3 Italian in our top 10. Our individual competition has been absolutely fantastic. There's been movement in all 3 phases, but the one lady who came out up on top was the only one to finish on her dressage score, excelling in all 3 phases. Charlotte Bordas and Firewall de Ussels Z on that 28.6. The only rider to finish sub 30. And continuing on with the French domination in the young rider individual standings. Last year it was France's Zazie Godot who picked up the individual gold medal. And they continue on with their streak this year. What an absolutely fantastic 4 days of competition we have had here in Motelibretti on FEI.tv. If you have missed any of the action across the 4 days, do head back to FEI.tv where you can catch up on everything that has unfolded over the last 4 days, including all our action from our from our junior championship, I should say, where it was Germany who took the individual gold and the team gold there. So do head back FEI.tv if you want to, if you missed any of the action, or if you just want to relive some of the amazing moments across the 4 days. And if you can't get enough of the eventing, of course, FEI.tv will be showing all the action from Buccolo taking place in October, 4th to the 8th of October, that Nations Cup out in the Netherlands, which is always hugely competitive. So what a 4 days of action we've had here in Motelibretti for our junior and young rider FEI European Eventing Championship for 2023. 33 riders coming forward on the final day there for our young rider competition. And it's France who retain their individual gold medal. Like I was saying, last year it was Daisy Godot for France and César de Comarin LA who picked up the individual gold, and this year it is Charlotte Bordas and Firewall de Ussels Z who took that individual gold medal. Well, thank you for tuning in to all the action across the 4 days here on FEI.tv for the juniors and the young rider championship. Like I say, if you have missed any of the action, or if you do want to relive it, you can head back to FEI.tv and you can catch up with everything that unfolded across the junior and young riders. And in regards to our young rider teams, we have our scores finalised. The bronze medal goes to Germany on a score of 125.20. The silver medal goes to Team Ireland on 123.30. And your FEI Eventing European Champions for 2023 is the home nation, Italy, on 122.60. Absolutely amazing for the home nation to take that gold medal. They'll be absolutely delighted. It's one huge achievement to achieve a gold medal, but it makes it even more special when you are on home ground, and that's the cheers you can hear as the Italians finding out that they have done it. Like we said, 3 Italians in the top 10 there and 3 from Ireland. So in regards to team results, Italy take the gold, Ireland in silver, Germany 3rd, it's France in 4th, Great Britain in 5th, Sweden in 6th, Austria in 7th, and the Netherlands in 8th. As it stands, thank you once again for joining us on FEI.tv. Do catch up on all the action if you missed a single second of it. And we hope to see you tuning in for the Buccolo Nations Cup at the start of October. But for now, good night, and hope you've enjoyed watching all the action on FEI.tv.
results of the individual Young Rider Championships, European Championships. The winner is, for France, Charlotte Bordas with Firewall. Second place for Germany, Kaya Thompson with Cool Charlie Blue. Third place for Ireland, Alana Kelly with Coolie Bounce.
Ebbene signori, quindi arriva ufficialmente la classifica che vi avevamo già annunciato, e quindi sono confermate le prime 3 posizioni: l'oro di Charlotte Bourdain, l'argento di Kaya Thompson e il bronzo di Alana Kelly. Andiamo invece a confermare una notizia che non tutti conoscevano: l'oro per il team italiano, l'oro per l'Italia, con uno splendido Matteo Orlandi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini e Pasquale Migliaccio. Alcuni forse già avevano preso notizia, c'era un via vai, ma questa è ufficiale: l'oro per il team azzurro, una bella medaglia d'argento per l'Irlanda di Alana Kelly, Geoffrey Gibbons, Heather O'Connell e Chloe Fagan, e la terza posizione della Germania con Kaya Thompson, Carla Hansen, Pia Schmuling e Paula Reinstorff.
The team winner for this European Eventing Championships Young Rider is Italy, with Matteo Orlandi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini, Pasquale Migliaccio. Second place, Ireland, with Alana Kelly, Geoffrey Gibbon, Heather O'Connor, Chloe Fagan. Third place is for Germany, Kaya Thompson, Carla Hansen, Pia Schmuling, Paula Reinstorff.
E va bene. Picco.
Ebbene signori, tutto pronto, quindi invito il gentile pubblico a prendere posizione perché andremo a vivere questa premiazione e ancora una volta in quello che è diventato a tutti gli effetti un rito sarà la nostra banda, la banda dell'Arma, Trasporti e Materiali, a entrare nell'arena Piazza di Siena. E facciamo un grande applauso ancora una volta alla nostra banda, la banda dell'Arma, Trasporti e Materiali, e ancora una volta la schierante del reggimento, 8° reggimento lancieri di Montebello, che andrà a entrare e impreziosire con la sua presenza l'arena Piazza di Siena. E allora signori, davvero ancora un applauso, un ringraziamento ovviamente alla schierante, ma adesso avremo il team di questo campionato d'Europa. Chiedo scusa, individuali di questo campionato d'Europa.
Here they are, they're coming, the individual riders, best riders of this European Eventing Championship Young Riders 2023.
Eccoli qui signori, i migliori di questo campionato d'Europa. Eccoli qui, signori migliori, 8 cavalieri di questo campionato d'Europa, e quindi ovviamente invitiamo a fare piede a terra le medaglie, quindi se ci sono i groom, gli assistenti dei primi 3 classificati, Charlotte Gordin, Kaya Thompson e Alana Kelly.
Here there are the best 8 young riders, and we invite the first 3 to get down from the horse towards the podium. The groom can hold the horses.
E allora invitiamo anche ovviamente le nostre autorità a scendere dalla tribuna d'onore, e quindi il generale di corpo d'armata Mauro Dubaldi, comandante logistico dell'esercito italiano, il presidente della FISE, l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, in rappresentanza del sindaco della città metropolitana di Roma, il dottor Roberto Gualtieri, c'è la dottoressa Alessa Fioretti, anche il comandante ovviamente del centro militare di equitazione colonnello Marco Del Nero, e l'assessore alla cultura del comune di Motelibretti, la dottoressa Cinzia Silvestri. Ovviamente siamo in attesa anche del presidente dell'Associazione Nazionale di Cavalleria, Polo Lazio, il generale brigadiere Francesco Caramia. Questi sono i nostri gentili ospiti, ma a questo punto andiamo a tutti gli effetti a invitare sul terzo gradino del podio Alana Kelly sul terzo gradino del podio, il bronzo.
Alana Kelly on the third phase, bronze medal with Cooley Bounce.
E poi Kaya Thompson, la Germania, l'argento.
Kaya Thompson, silver medal with Cooley Charlie Blue.
Ma la vincitrice, la medaglia d'oro di questo campionato d'Europa è una sorridentissima Charlotte Gordin per la Francia.
But the gold medal goes to Charlotte Gordin for France.
E a questo punto andiamo a premiare proprio i migliori, ma prima lì della Francia. La Francia, la marsigliese, vince Charlotte Gordin con Firewall. E quindi possiamo andare proprio a premiare ed ecco proprio il generale Dubaldi che va a complimentarsi con la Mazzone prima classificata, ovviamente per lei la medaglia d'oro della FEI, la coppa, la coccarda offerta dal comitato organizzatore, e poi un nostro sponsor, prodotti tipici offerti dal Compartigianato di Rieti. Complimenti anche dell'avvocato Marco Di Paola, i complimenti del generale Caramia, i complimenti del comandante del centro militare di equitazione, il colonnello Marco Del Nevo, e poi complimenti della dottoressa Alessia Pieretti, rappresentanza del comune di Roma, e l'ultimo saluto, l'ultimo complimento era quello dell'assessore alla cultura del comune di Motelibretti, la dottoressa Cinzia Silvestri. La vincitrice, signori, è lei, Charlotte Borda.
The gold medal goes to her for Germany, Charlotte Borda.
E adesso l'argento che va in Germania, ancora una Amazzone, Kaja Thompson. Un podio tutto al femminile, questo in questo periodo storico ovviamente ci fa piacere. E quindi ancora una volta è proprio il generale Mauro Dubaldi a complimentarsi con quest'alta Amazzone, una grande gara anche la sua, col suo Cool Charlie Blue, che la porta sul secondo gradino del podio, e per lei l'argento al collo di questo campionato d'Europa 2023.
Silver medal goes to Kaja Thompson for Germany. Greetings from General Mauro Dubaldi, President of the Italian Federation, the Colonel of the Centro Militare di Equitazione.
E adesso ovviamente le nostre autorità che si spostano dalla terza classificata, lei arriva dall'Irlanda ed è Alana Kelly con Kelly Bones, questo è il meraviglioso pubblico irlandese. E ovviamente la medaglia al collo, i complimenti del generale Dubaldi per questo bronzo dell'Irlanda con Alana Kelly, e i complimenti anche dell'avvocato Marco Di Paola per la Federazione Italiana Sport Equestri, la Coppa, in questo caso viene proprio offerta, presentata dall'avvocato Di Paola, e i complimenti ovviamente di tutte le nostre autorità alla massima terza classificata. Signori, facciamo un grande applauso a questo meraviglioso podio, un podio tutto al femminile, perché il miglior cavaliere è proprio un cavaliere italiano, anche i complimenti dei nostri giudici e quindi Nicciatoli con Alan Brett e James Rooney, ma come dicevo il miglior cavaliere lo troviamo in quarta posizione ed è proprio un cavaliere italiano. Il cognome ovviamente lo suggerisce, un figlio d'arte, nipote d'arte. Lui gioca qui in casa perché i colori sono quelli dell'esercito, e ovviamente parliamo di Matteo Orlandi, Quality in Time, caporal maggiore Matteo Orlandi, che chiude in quarta posizione. Lasciatemi dire un po' di sfortuna proprio quest'oggi, ma un'ottima prestazione, un'ottima conferma per questo giovane ragazzo che rappresenta i colori azzurri e rappresenta i colori dell'esercito. E la foto proprio con le nostre autorità, Matteo Orlandi, Quality in Time, le carezze a questo compagno di gara che lo porta a essere il quarto migliore in Europa. Andiamo poi alla quinta posizione di Daniel Miggar.
Fifth place for Daniel Mager with Classic Sports Field.
E poi andiamo alla sesta posizione per la Gran Bretagna, Georgina Erling.
Sixth place for Great Britain, Georgina Herling with Cooley Now or Never.
E siamo ancora all'Irlanda in settima posizione con Geoffrey Gibbons e Milk and Free Spirit, ancora Irlanda, settima posizione.
7th place for Ireland, Geoffrey Gimbons with Milk and Free Spirit.
E poi ancora l'Italia di un'ottima Camilla Luciani, Atina Quendorin, chiude tra i migliori 8 d'Europa. E questo, signori, è il responso del campo, questo bel podio. E ovviamente i complimenti ancora a tutti i cavalieri. La vittoria di Charlotte Bourdin, Kaya Thompson, Alana Kelly, Matteo Orlandi, Daniel Mayer, Georgina Erling, Geoffrey Gibbons, Camilla Luciani. Ebbene, quindi vado a ringraziare ancora una volta la schierante che andrà a lasciare il campo di gara così da poter effettuare il giro d'onore. Questo è il saluto proprio del generale di Corpo d'Armata Mauro Lubaldi alla nostra schierante. In questo caso la schierante ovviamente è quella dei Lancieri di Montebello, e tra poco il giro d'onore. Allora signori, il giro d'onore di questo campionato d'Europa Young Rider, davvero tutto è pronto per andare ad applaudire i nostri migliori atleti.
It's time for the lap of honor.
Allora signori, adesso entreremo nel vivo di quella che sarà stata cerimonia di premiazione. Andremo a premiare le squadre e poi andremo a dichiarare ufficialmente chiuse questa edizione 2023. E un grazie ancora, facciamo un applauso alla banda, facciamo un applauso alla schierante dell'ottavo reggimento dei Lancieri di Montebello e tra poco vedremo entrare i team. Eccoli signori, sulla musica che ha portato bene a questo team, perché i colori sono quelli dell'Italia!
Here they are, the best three teams. The winner, Italy. Second place for Ireland, the third place for Germany.
Ovviamente le gare sono belle e Serena quando sono forti gli avversari. Avere alle nostre spalle Irlanda e Germania è una cosa che inorgoglisce, ma oggi i migliori siamo noi, l'Italia. Matteo Randi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini, Pasquale Migliaccio. Ed è stata quasi un'invasione, ma a questo punto invitiamo tutte le autorità. Vedo l'avvocato Marco Di Paola, la foto, queste sono quelle foto da incorniciarsi, la Fise, tutte le persone che hanno lavorato con questi ragazzi. Ecco Francesco Girardi, facciamo un applauso anche a lui, davvero. Quanto lavoro, ma adesso torniamo istituzionali, concedetemelo, perché ovviamente invitiamo i concorrenti della Germania a scendere dai loro compagni di gara per salire sul podio.
We invite the German riders to get down the horse towards the podium. All the riders, get down the horse towards the podium.
E ovviamente invitiamo anche gli amici dell'Irlanda Alana Kelly, Geoffrey Gibbons, Heather O'Connor, Chloe Fagan. E poi ovviamente i nostri ragazzi. A questo punto possiamo invitarli a salire sul terzo gradino del podio. La Germania, Kaja Thompson, Carla Hanser, Piers Mölling, Paola Nesterov, il capo-equipe Karl-Heinz Nottofer. Eccoli qui, la Germania, terzo gradino. E vedete, la Germania è un super team. La Germania c'è anche una medaglia al collo che è quella di Kaja Thompson. E adesso andiamo a invitare gli amici dell'Irlanda, Ireland Team, Alana Kelly, Geoffrey Gibbons, Heather O'Connor e Chloe Fagan. Capo-equipe e Sue Short. Eccola lì. Signori, sul podio ci sono loro insieme a Zilla Pierce, Matteo Orlandi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini, Pasquale Migliaccio. E a questo punto, signori, direi di levare Toto Cotugno perché c'è l'inno. L'Italia, e non si dica che non lo sanno cantare, l'hanno cantato tutto. Sono Matteo Orlandi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini e Pasquale Migliaccio, loro. E adesso, signori, iniziamo la cerimonia di premiazione. Sarà proprio l'avvocato Marco Di Paola ad andarsi a complimentare dopo la foto, proprio in questo periodo in cui davvero molto importante gli atleti azzurri, il cavallo in Italia che diventa a tutti gli effetti un atleta, e questa è una grande novità, e quindi davvero un applauso in questo caso al lavoro della federazione, ma non solo a quello appunto per questa grande novità. Credo che in poche nazioni ci sia del cavallo atleta, ma in questo caso il grande lavoro sportivo. Signori, vincono loro Matteo Orlandi, Camilla Luciani, Edoardo Fortini, Pasquale Migliaccio. Eccoli qua i complimenti anche del generale di corpo d'armata Mauro De Baldi. La coppa, la medaglia d'oro, la responsabilità di portarla al collo è proprio Complimenti al caporal maggiore Matteo Orlandi. Ovviamente complimenti anche grazie a tutti, complimenti, eccola lì la coppa, ma no, al signor Comelli. La possiamo alzare questa coppa, secondo me, ragazzi, ce la meritiamo, la possiamo alzare. E adesso, signori, l'argento, la bella gara di una squadra che è risalita dopo ogni prova. Parliamo dell'Irlanda, Alana Kelly, Godfrey Gibbons, Heather O'Connor e Chloe Fagan. E poi un uccellino ci ha detto, dopo lo diciamo. Ovviamente i complimenti all'Irlanda, signori, un grande applauso ai diretti rivali di questa Italia. E Jacopo, un uccellino mi dice che oggi è il tuo compleanno, vi siete fatti un bel regalo, facciamo anche gli auguri a Jacopo. E ovviamente adesso i complimenti del comandante del centro militare di guidazione Marco Del Nevo, e complimenti ancora dell'avvocato Marco Di Paola, e complimenti dell'assessore alla cultura del comune di Motelibretti Cinzia Silvestri. E ringraziamo ovviamente tutta l'Irlanda, i complimenti anche a Stuart Short, il capo equipe di questa Irlanda. Signori, un grande applauso ai nostri rivali, perché sono di quelli forti, ed essere sul gradino più alto di questo podio ha un sapore particolare. E quando parlo di rivali forti, ovviamente non possiamo non parlare della Germania, che con Karl-Heinz Notenberg chiudono in terza posizione. Kyle Thompson, Carla Hanser, Piers Buehling e Paola Ringstorff. E ovviamente i complimenti anche da parte dei nostri giudici, e quindi James Rooney, la giury president, Ellen Bretter, Attodico Guglielmi, Ellen Bretter dalla, pensate la signora con il cappello, dagli Stati Uniti. E allora intanto invitiamo proprio tutti i giudici, tutti gli ufficiali di gara, e quindi sono in attesa di tutti i giudici: James Rooney, Ellen Brett, Richard Todico, Nicky Herbert, Wanda Stewart.
We invite all the judges, James Rooney, Ellen Brett, Richard Todico, Nicky Herbert, Wanda Stewart, Marish Schuring.
E poi ovviamente il delegato tecnico, technical delegate Stuart Bontine, Adelmo Mazza, Gillian Di Kiel, ovviamente se c'è anche il nostro cross country course designer Peter Hensbroder, Emanuele Addis, Andreas Rieder, Jonas Gruppen, Mark Phillips, Giorgi Bazar, Nikki Kelly, Pia Mirskog, Antonia Grignolo, Maria Singarson, Simonetta Bellidelisca, Alessandra Grignolo, ovviamente Liam Kers, Daniele Dallora, Marco Retano, Carlo Bolaffio, Marcello Curcio, ovviamente il nostro show director, a cui faccio un ringraziamento personale, il tenente colonnello Maurizio Napoli, e se possono e ci sono le nostre segreterie ufficiali di questo campionato d'Europa, Giulia Rocchetti e Carlo Giuliani, perché vogliamo ringraziare ovviamente tutti quanti loro per il lavoro. Signori, facciamo un grande applauso, perché portare avanti una macchina come questa non è facile, ve lo posso assicurare. e quindi andiamo a fare un applauso. Ovviamente sarà anche proprio il ringraziamento da parte del generale Dubaldi, che ringraziamo a sua volta per fare gli onori di casa a tutte le persone che hanno lavorato. Per quanto mi riguarda devo fare un ringraziamento anche alle due voci femminili, e quindi la nostra Miss Appodia, poi diremo no, ti vergogni, va bene, e ovviamente la Elena Romanelli Grimaldi. Signori, eccole qui, si vergognano, c'è la Fisi che ci guarda, occhio. Signori, facciamo un grande applauso per favore, perché noi quando ci troviamo a fare questi eventi siamo dall'altra parte, siamo fortunati, riusciamo a vedere quello che voi non vedete, e per quanto mi riguarda davvero è stato un evento di quelli divertenti. Speriamo che questi ragazzi si ricorderanno nel futuro. Per noi questa gioia forse un po' inaspettata, ma davvero molto molto meritata sul campo, e quindi grazie davvero a tutti quanti. Possiamo, come mi suggeriva Elena, andare fieri che quest'anno la miglior squadra d'Europa per la disciplina del completo è quella azzurra, e questo stampiamocelo nei nostri cuori, nelle nostre menti, perché ogni tanto noi da italiani abbiamo questo difetto, e invece è così. Il miglior team è quello azzurro. Ancora una foto del nostro massimo argenziano. Ovviamente ho ringraziato tutti, non possiamo non ringraziare il nostro ufficio stampa in questo mix tra l'esercito, il maggiore Francesco Caracciolo e ovviamente Caterina Bagnozzi e tutto il suo team. Spero di aver ringraziato davvero tutti quanti. A questo punto invitiamo tutti i giudici, tutti gli ufficiali di gara a lasciare, ovviamente forse ancora una foto, poi lasceremo spazio per il giro d'onore di questi ragazzi. Ovviamente vado a ringraziare tutti gli sponsor di questa manifestazione, vado a ringraziare ancora le nostre autorità, quindi il generale d'armata, di corpo d'armata Mauro Dubaldi, il presidente della FISA avvocato Marco Di Paola, e poi la dottoressa Alessia Pieretti, la dottoressa Cinzia Silvestri, il comandante del centro militare di liquidazione il colonnello Marco Del Nego, e poi il presidente dell'associazione nazionale di cavalleria colonnello del Colo Classio, chiedo scusa, brigadier generale Francesco Caramia. E allora, ragazzi, possiamo andare avanti, possiamo risalire in sella. La schierante, che ancora una volta, questo ormai è proprio una punteggiatura delle nostre cerimonie di premiazione, andrà a lasciare l'Arena Piazza di Siena, e dopo andremo a vivere insieme questo giro d'onore.
All the riders can go back on their horse.
Bene signori, grazie ancora, grazie alla nostra banda, grazie alla schierante, grazie a tutti quanti, ma adesso c'è un giro d'onore da vivere insieme, e questo giro d'onore ad aprirlo sarà l'Italia, questa volta qui a Piazza di Siena, davanti a noi per l'edizione 2023.
Championship 2023. Winner is for Italy. Second
signori, davanti a tutti, loro, l'Italia che vince l'oro in questo campionato d'Europa, Young Rider! Matteo Galli, Damil, Luciano, Edoardo, Fortini, Pasquale, Migliaccio. Guardate l'abbraccio di Jacopo e Zilla, signori, ovviamente l'applauso anche a loro, la coppa. E ovviamente ringraziamo anche Mr. Shot for Ireland e ovviamente anche la comunità Snow. Ecco qui, questi ragazzi non vorrebbero uscire più, purtroppo dobbiamo invitarli a uscire perché la cerimonia della maglia bandiera, quindi non andate via signori. E quindi ancora una volta andremo a sentire le note musicali della banda.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay a little bit longer. We have the flag lowering ceremony. If you can please stay with us.
E ancora una volta la schierante del reggimento Lancieri di Montebello che andrà a mettere il punto su questa cerimonia. Allora signori, facciamo un grande applauso a questa splendida coreografia e adesso la bandiera, la maglia bandiera che andrà a tutti gli effetti a chiudere ufficialmente questa edizione 2023 del campionato d'Europa, seconda edizione, la prima è stata proprio qui nel 2016, grazie a tutti quanti e andiamo a seguire la cerimonia della maglia bandiera. Ebbene, così va a concludere e quindi la musica ancora che va accompagnare l'uscita della schiera RGB di Montebello.